Imagine you've been grinding for years, chasing deals in the usual markets, fighting the same wars everyone else fights. You see the same slow growth, the same capped upside, the same safe bets that barely move the needle. It's frustrating as hell. You know there's more out there, but your network, your limited scope, your old school assumptions keep trapping you in the same loop. You ask yourself, how do you really break out? How do you find something that flips the whole fun game on its head? Emerging markets. That's where everything changes. But don't fool yourself into thinking emerging means risky chaos or beginner's luck. The old narrative about emerging markets being too unstable or too unpredictable is exactly what's choking your fund's potential. Here's the raw truth. Emerging markets are rewriting the entire playbook for fund dynamics. They're not just new geographies. They're new economies, built from scratch with no outdated baggage, hungry for innovation, capital, and partnerships that actually deliver real leverage. This is where the power shifts, and if you're not obsessed with this reality, you're leaving money and opportunity on the table. First, you need to stop thinking like a traditional fund manager. The old spray and pray or static KPIs approach gets crushed here. These markets require you to become hyper-adaptive, insanely connected locally, and relentless in your conviction to actually understand the ecosystem in ways no spreadsheet can show. You've got to embed your fund with boots on the ground, build partnerships that go beyond contracts, and know the local leaders who are shaping the future, not just the ones making headlines. If you treat emerging markets like any other market, you're already too late. Second, your LPs. They're tired of the same vanilla returns packed with buzzwords and smoke. They want that differentiated asymmetric upside. Emerging markets give you that. When you design your fund to leverage the unique intersections of tech adoption, demographic explosions, and cultural dynamism, don't chase volume, chase meaningful depth. Find founders who think differently, who are solving brutal problems with unconventional models nobody else trusts yet. Fund these founders aggressively, but with precision. It's about quality, grit, and local insight, not vague diversification. Third, legacy fund structures suffocate these opportunities. You cannot be bound by rigid cycles or backward-looking performance metrics. Innovate your fund's DNA. Structure vehicles with flexible terms. Align incentives that reward raw value creation over ticking boxes. And rethink how capital flows between partners, founders, and local ecosystems. Move faster than anyone else, or you become irrelevant overnight. Fourth, leverage the crazy connectivity technology gives you, but don't stop there. Tech lets you spot trends early, communicate instantly, and scale knowledge faster than ever. Use it to build communities of founders and investors who swarm opportunities, share intel, and execute with surgical precision. This is the real game changer, an autonomous network of top-tier partners who refuse to wait for permission or validation. If your fund isn't part of this kind of dynamic system, you're already behind. Here's the deal. Most funds fail because they're stuck in their comfort zones, betting on yesterday's winners and ignoring the brutal shift knocking at their door. Emerging markets are not just another thing to consider. They're the future. The ones who get obsessed about structure, local partnerships, fund flexibility, and building real communities now, they'll own the next decade. Stop hesitating. Stop waiting for the perfect time or the perfect signal. The next big fund shift is happening right now, in places the mainstream still doubts and the cautious won't touch. Dive in with a relentless, exact plan. Know your markets better than anyone. Build partnerships tighter than contracts. Innovate fund models so money works like you want, not the way legacy dictates. Connect deeply, move fast, bet smart and aggressive, and don't look back. The future doesn't wait. The market doesn't care about your excuses. The only question is, will you step up and redefine what a fund can be, or will you stay stuck watching others take the lead? This is your moment. Use it now. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit the featured link to discover more.